Hi, my name is Solo P1 and welcome to the Sakhir Grand Prix qualifying, or you can say Bahrain 2.0. Today, for me, Russell can take his hat off and be proud. He can be proud. He's coming to this weekend. For me, I thought that Russell was... If Russell would have finished 4th place in qualifying, he would have done well. The guy's coming. The guy's 6'1". Can't hardly fit in the car. His head's popping out the top. Even Alonso said when I interviewed Alonso just before qualifying, Alonso said, how's he fitting in that car? He's got a size 11 beat. The guy's huge. The car's not even really made for him, but he still fits in the car. And hats off to George Russell. To be fair, I thought Max was going to get the pole. I thought Lewis is not there. Bottas will probably mess up in a few sectors. And Max Verstappen will take pole. But I was wrong. George Russell got the 2nd place. Bottas got pole. But George Russell got 2nd. And he just missed out just an inch to Valtteri Bottas. And you got to clap your hands for George Russell. If you don't clap your hands for George Russell and you think that George Russell is not that good of a driver, you must be watching the wrong sport. Go down the road and go and play golf. Go and cuddle your teddy bears. This is racing. It's not ballet. It's never been ballet. This is Formula 1. It's a physical sport. And for George Russell to get in that car after the guy's getting sores on his knees, sores on his elbows, you can imagine. Look at the pictures on the internet. You see Lewis Hamilton and George Russell walking together and there's night and day difference. I think if George Russell had his own car and it was moulded for George Russell, and he had like three or four races under his belt with this same car, and it was moulded to him, hands down, he would have got pole. Hands down. But for getting 2nd place and just missing out on pole, you got a hats off to him. It's hats off to him. And do I think he's going to win the race tomorrow? Anyone can win that race tomorrow. All you got to do is look at Formula 2. Look at Formula 2. What a disaster in qualifying. What a disaster. And that's what it might be like tomorrow. Touch wood. Nobody gets hurt tomorrow. Nobody got hurt like Romain Grosjean did. I never want to see that ever again. Ever. In my lifetime, I don't want to see that again. God was on his side. God was on Romain Grosjean's side. I don't want to see nothing like that tomorrow in the race. But it could be like that. F2, watching F2 was like watching a steam train for 40 minutes. The cars were just back to back, like a train. Because that's what it's like. This track, there's no hardly any corners. There's 1 or 2 bends. And after that, that's it. It's all straights and straights and straights. I was actually looking forward to this track. On paper, it looks good. I actually done my mate, my cuz, TOTO Hammer. Yeah, he done a track guide. I'd rather go and watch that track guide than watch this qualifying today. I would rather sit down and watch it repeat after repeat after repeat. Watch that track guide than watch his qualifying. That's what. Hopefully tomorrow the race is going to be good. The only positive for this qualifying was George Russell getting 2nd place. That was the positive of this qualifying today. George Russell getting 2nd place. Max Verstappen wasn't happy. Max Verstappen looked like he lost his dummy. Paul di Resta, he was coming out and saying, oh yeah, you're going to watch out. Max will pass him tomorrow. Max is going to do this. Max is going to do that. Can't he just say that he's happy for George Russell? What is it with him with his Red Bull? You got the Red Bull marks on Twitter just going, oh, Paul di Resta, Paul di Resta, Paul di Resta. What is wrong with this guy? Is it because that Mercedes didn't want you? Is it because Ferrari didn't want you? And you had a bitter A bitter, terrible, and bitter man. That's what it is. He's a terrible man and he's a bitter man. He can't give no one credit for Mercedes. Whoever gets in that car, if Max got in the car, if Max was in that Mercedes, you'll soon see him go, oh, Mercedes, Mercedes. Oh, you're never going to beat Max. Max is in a Mercedes, that's it. But because it's not Max, he's not interested. Even Lazenby, even he had to pull him up on Sky commentary and say, oh yeah, but he's never been on a podium before. Here's Paul the rest. They kept saying, oh, I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow. Max going to pass him, I reckon. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow with Russell. You don't know what he's like in his race pace. Being all negative. And even Lazenby pulled them up about it because, look, Paul's never... he said George Russell's never scored a point in Formula 1. Never. But he could tomorrow. Come on. There's the positives. He's not interested. All he cares about is licking Max Verstappen's arse and Red Bull's arse and Christian Horner's arse. That's all he's interested. He should not even be working at Sky Sports. This guy is a disaster. A complete and utter disaster. I want him off my TV. I want him off my TV. This is a guy, when it comes to Formula 1, he's been a disaster. If he was that good, Mercedes would have took him. And that's it. So, Paul the rest again. And what happened to Albon? There you go. Albon. Albon. What did I say? What did I say? I told you, when it comes to F1 reviews, I'm the best. I'm the only one who's going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to come on the internet. I'm not going to come on YouTube or come on Twitter and be liked. Want everybody to like him. No! That's not me. You get so many people online just kissing ass. They just want everybody to like them. Not me. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. I will tell you how it is. And if you like me, good. If you don't like me, good as well. I'm actually going to get a t-shirt saying that. So if you like me, good. If you don't like me, good as well. Adding that, I am honest. And if you want an honest review, you come to this channel. If you want to hear bollocks, go to some idiot on Twitter, go to some idiot on YouTube and listen to them suck Red Bull's ass, suck Ferrari's ass. If you want to hear the truth, come to this channel, Solo P1, every time. And I'm never, ever going to change. So, he's saying on Sky Sports News, I'm just not having a proper review, I'm just saying tonight, I love it. Sakhir Grand Prix, Valtteri Bottas edges George Russell to Max Verstappen pole. Max Verstappen got third. Max Verstappen must have been pooing his pants. He wants to be in that Red Bull car he wants to be in that Mercedes car so bad. You should have saw him in the press conference when he knew that Russell was going in the Mercedes car. So bitter. He's trying to do the reverse psychology, saying he doesn't care, but he does care. If TOTO come to him tomorrow and said, oh, you know what, Max, you want to be a Mercedes driver, I'm sure the guy would drop his pants and say, yes! Guaranteed! Guaranteed! Everybody wants to be in a Mercedes car. Charles Leclerc, Vettel wanted to be in it. Daniel Ricciardo, everybody wants to be in the car. Because I know that's the best car ever, the fastest car ever to be in Formula 1. And everybody wants to be in it. Perez wants to be in it. Stroll, even Stroll's dad wants to be in it. Trust me. I don't know if he'd fit in it, but he does. So, that's it. We all know what's going to look. We got Bottas 1. Let me go through my notes. Lack of. We had the second. Oh, yeah, Albon. Let's get to Albon. Oh, let's have a drink. Let's start on Albon. The guy with his stupid grin. Stupid grin. Right? If he comes last, he grins. If he comes second, he grins. If they say you're going to lose your job tomorrow, he grins. This guy can't stop grinning. And I tell you why. The guy is a moron. He's a complete and utter moron. Let me tell you. Albon is not going to be in that seat this time next year. If he is in that seat next year, right, sack Christian Horner. He should not even be in that Red Bull next year. The guy that should give him his P45 and let him go home to his mama. He's useless. He couldn't even make it in Formula 2 now. Can't believe it. How toxic and how pathetic this guy is. He couldn't even make it into Q3. I saw Christian Horner's face. Christian Horner felt like tearing his hair out of his head. You see him shaking his head, and as soon as the camera went on him, straight face again, straight face. Soon as the camera went on him, boom, shaking his head. He's pathetic. If Perez is not in that Red Bull next year, that is the biggest disaster in F1 history. Full stop. This guy couldn't even make it in Formula 3. I'll get the Fittipaldi brother, the young one, will take him out in Formula 3. Guaranteed. He is pathetic. I want him off my TV as well. I want him off my TV. Albon, if you're watching this, do one. Go back to your mum's house, man. Save your money. Because you ain't going to make it nowhere else. Save your pennies. Unbelievable. Albon in Formula 1. Yeah, right. Listen, I'll tell you who's better than Albon. I can name Jack Aitken. He's better than Albon. Nikita Mazepin. He's better than Albon. Schumacher. He's better than Albon. My little baby brother. He's better than Albon. The lint in my pocket hair is better than Albon. My crusty toenails is better than Albon. You see where I'm going? You get my point. Get Albon off my TV. He's one useless man. Useless. He's not even a man. He's a little boy, man. Get him off my TV. So let's have... Look, there's no notes. I could just tell you how it started. Albon's clueless. George Russell done good. And Bottas started ranting on the TV again in front of the camera to who this may concern. Why does he keep saying that? Why does Bottas keep saying to who this may concern? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We know how the script goes. Alright, Lewis Hamilton's not there this weekend. We all know if Lewis Hamilton was there. Even if Lewis Hamilton was 6th on the grid, when the race finishes, he'll be in front of Bottas. Bottas can eat his porridge. He can have the extra honey in there. He can have 3 spoonfuls of sugar. He can have 2 energy drinks. Still not going to win the race. And you know, tomorrow, I'm going to put my money in it now. I think George Russell is going to win tomorrow. I think George Russell, if he gets a good... Max ain't going to win nothing. Max, he ain't even got the car underneath him. He ain't going to win nothing. He's going to be a frustrated man behind the 2 Mercedes cars like he always is. And then he's going to come into the press conference and say, oh, I knew it was going to happen. But really, deep down, we know that you're bitter. By the way, if George Russell gets in front of Bottas tomorrow in the first corner, yeah, or lack of corner, if he gets in the first turn, whatever you call it, I think he'll win the race. I don't care about the tactics. He's got Pete Bonington in his ear. He's got the master plan. He's got the master strategist in his ear. He's got Lewis Hamilton's car. All right, he might be a bit tight in it, but he's still driving the car. At the end of the day, right, he's got Pete Bonington in his ear. He's an intelligent guy, George Russell. He's a tactician. Precision, he's got everything. And he's going to be a world champion. And I guarantee in 2022, he'll be driving for Mercedes. Bottas this season comes to an end next season. That's the end of his career at Mercedes. And George Russell, if George Russell wins that race tomorrow, he's guaranteed in that car 2022. There you go. And Bottas knows this, by the way. Bottas knows it. So, that's it. That's the end of the review. You got I'll do the final standings. I haven't finished. Albon, do one. You shit. Let's do how it ended. Right, we got the qualifying. The results are the official results. We have Valtteri Bottas 2, George Russell. That just sounds sweet, man. George Russell 2, brilliant. You know you're gonna get a lot of that, by the way, in the future. But you can have George Russell 1, and Bottas probably 6 when he's back at Williams or last. So, Max Verstappen third, fourth place Charles Leclerc, fifth place Sergio Perez, sixth place Daniel Fiat, seventh place Daniel Ricciardo, eighth place Carlos Sainz, ninth place Pierre Gasly, 10th place Lance Stroll, 11th place Esteban Ocon, 12th place Alexander Albon, 13th place Sebastian Vettel, 14th place Antonio Giovinazzi, 15th place Lando Norris, 16th place Kevin Magnussen, 17th place Nicholas Latifi, 18th place Jack Aitken, Kimi Räikkönen last, Pedro Fittipaldi 20th. Yeah, and that's how it ended up. Kimi Räikkönen, the worst car in the grid, I reckon, Alfa Romeo. It's not the Williams, no way. Jack Aitken comes in and then finishes higher than Kimi Räikkönen. It's either Kimi Räikkönen is going losing his sight, or it's the car's dog shit, and I'm going with the car's dog shit because I think I'm right anyway. I'm always right. So, see if we've got any videos. Top 3 videos of always. If you watch me, I'll try and get the poll up as well. So, let's get the highlights, see what's on there. Here we go. I'm gonna make sure this is all queued up right, so because you know there's gonna be adverts. There's always adverts. Let's get this on there queued up. So yeah, get that queued up. So we're gonna have. What's this about Max going on here? Oh, there's something on the internet here saying Max Verstappen. I'll play that in a minute. Max Verstappen jokes about stealing P3. Okay. So about the chair, about stealing P3, the chair, because he's always getting P3. So we're gonna have who we're gonna have now. Where's George Russell? Here we go. George Russell needs to relax before Sakhir Grand Prix. Yeah, there you go. Let's play. Adverts guaranteed. Guaranteed! There you go. Always.
Hello, George.
Hello, Will.
If you're going to lose that perfect qualifying record, losing it by 0.026 is a hell of a way to go about it. What a job, what a run, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, obviously, incredibly happy to be lining up second. In some ways, you know, it was obviously frustrating to lose it by such a small margin. You know, Valtteri's been properly on it this weekend. And after P3, I had a really poor session. I just needed to go back to my room, lay down, just relax and let it come towards me. So yeah, I'm happy.
What do you do tonight when you go back to the hotel? Are you thinking back to your junior Formula days when you've been leading races from the front, or are you going to bed very mindful of everything that you've learned this weekend?
I think yeah, mindful of everything I've learned and just doing what I always do, you know, practice my clutch drops for off the line, looking at the data from FP2 on the high fuel to understand where I was strong, where I was weak, what I need to do tomorrow when we're pitting, the strategy. But to be honest, just relaxing, because these last 4 days have just been mental, chaotic, tiring, to be honest. So I think the most important thing will be a good night's sleep.
Yeah, good night's sleep is going to be good. It gets a good night's sleep, comes out swinging tomorrow. He doesn't want to hold back. That was second place. I usually do them in order, but I just wanted Joe Russell first. So we're going to have Max Verstappen, who got third place. Max Verstappen was very close to Mercedes, but third is fine. Yeah, we know he also says that, but really deep down in his core, he hates it. And after that, I'm going to play another video saying he jokes about taking the P3 chair. So let's play this.
Hello, Max. Not a lot in that. Do you think you could have got the front row, or were they just a tiny step ahead?
I was very close, yes, but I think at the end, third is fine. Yeah, it's fine margins, but overall, for us on a track like this, you know, with a lot of straights, we can be pleased with this.
you set up for the race tomorrow to look after the tyres or to maximise straight line speed for overtaking? Because it's going to be so key for the difference between DEG and how the
it's a
strategy
bit of
plays.
both. I think you have to look after, but of course, whatever we do, we will not be very quick on the straight anyway. So we just try to, of course, maximize everything we can in terms of lap time and tie deck at the end.
So yeah, that was Max Verstappen. Look, I think at the beginning of the weekend, I think he thought he was going to have the better of Russell. That's what I reckon. He thought Russell ain't going to get used to the car. He probably thought he was going to have the better of Bottas. Guaranteed he thought he was going to have the better of Bottas, but he didn't work out for him. He doesn't realise. People don't realise how good Russell is, you know. People don't realise, but people are going to realise. I've always loved Russell from Formula 2 days, even before then. I knew. So this is video said, it says that Max Verstappen, it's just coming, it says, Sakhir Grand Prix qualifying, Max Verstappen jokes about stealing the P3 chair. More adverts guaranteed.
To be P3, I think, is good for us on a track like this. Used to sit in this chair. It might actually have my prints.
Very sweaty.
Yeah, more or less. I think I'm gonna, at the end of the season, I'm gonna take this seat home. It's very comfortable.
He's pissed off. He's trying to make jokes of it, but he's pissed off. There's pole sitter Valtteri Bottas. He wants to focus on the race with no mistakes in Bahrain. He's feeling the pressure as well. He doesn't imagine that George Russell comes in for the weekend. Potentially the only weekend he's going to be driving for Mercedes this week. I mean, the rest of the season, because the next race is in Abu Dhabi. That's Lewis might come back. That's looking like 50-50 at the moment. But imagine if George Russell comes back here and beats Valtteri Bottas. He just comes into the weekend. There's 4 days he's had to prepare and beat Valtteri Bottas. How embarrassing that Bottas will be. Bottas is focusing more than he was when he was tagged up with Lewis, I reckon. Because if he gets beat by Lewis, he gets beat by Lewis. It's Lewis Hamilton. There's no shame in getting beat by the best in the world. But if George Russell comes in as the rookie, yeah, and beats Bottas, very shameful. So let's play. Pulses of Bottas is focused on the race with no mistakes at Bahrain. Guaranteed.
Hello, Valtteri. Oh. Your onboards in Q3 were like poetry. It was so sublime to watch. How good did it feel?
I don't do poetry, but I can drive. But you know, it's the first. The first run with the new tires, so the second run in Q3, that was good. You know, it was a good lap. Still a bit of time missing, I think, on turns 7, 8. So I knew there was margin to improve. But to be honest, when I went for the last run in Q3, when I saw that I was the first car out, I knew that it's going to be tricky to improve, and I couldn't. You know, I nearly matched the time, but on the straights, I just felt I was not fast enough with being the first car. So yeah, it was nice to find out that it wasn't enough for pole still.
Tomorrow is going to be a step into the unknown for everybody. DRS trains are going to be a thing. How much have you just got to keep your eyes focused forwards and stretch your legs in the early laps?
That's exactly the mindset I need to have for tomorrow. Really look ahead, focus on my own race, my own doing. First part obviously is the race start, but I'm glad I'm on the pole side, because yesterday I had the experience on P2. It was, at least for me, it was less grip. So yeah, it's going to be a race with keeping focused and not doing mistakes. So I look forward to it. Also, you know, Max being on a different tire, we'll see if that creates something.
So Bottas being calm and just waiting for tomorrow, and that's it. I'm trying to find the pole lap from Valtteri Bottas. So what we do, we've got 2 at the moment. We've got the pole lap with Bottas, and then we've got the lap with George Russell as well when he finishes as well. So let's start with George Russell and then we end with Bottas, because Bottas got the pole. So I'm going to disappear. Before I go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe up there. Like. See you later, guys. So I'm going to disappear now. And I'm going to play the video of Bottas. I'm going to try to do George Russell first, his second place, and then Bottas with his pole. Bye.
Allow me to
Okay, nice work, George. So that looks like P2 for you.
Good job, guys.
So, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, very good job there. So yeah, Valtteri P1, it's just 26 milliseconds ahead. Verstappen, yeah, very close, mate. But yeah, well done.
Yeah, good effort, guys. A lot of work went to these last 3 days. I think we can be relatively pleased with that effort. Let's focus on tomorrow. Cheers.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done,
yeah,
mate.
cheers, guys. After P3, I thought we was going to be out in Q1, to be honest, but yeah, honestly, I'm happy. I'm very happy with that.
Yep,
cheers.
Should be well done, mate. So yeah, knock it to P0.
How do I do that? Is that the bottom switch?
Yeah, it's the bottom switch.
Copy, cheers.
Cheers, dude.
Now George Russell has just gone a tenth faster than Valtteri Bottas through the middle sector. He is finding pace as Bottas crosses the line, aces the final sector, can't improve on his time though. Can George Russell get a pole position in Formula One? He misses out by such a slender margin, only 2/100ths of a second, and it's 5/100ths back to Max Verstappen, who has to settle for third.
It was very close. So here's 3-1. Good. Wasn't great, but nice to be on pole.
That was a cracking qualifying in the end there, and it was so close all the way through Q2 and to Q3 there. The two Mercedes, it's a front row lockout in Bahrain for the 6th successive race at this circuit. Max Verstappen might feel that that's an opportunity gone a-begging there for a 5th front row of the season. But Mr. Saturday very much rose to the occasion. Valtteri Bottas proved he's a man for any day of the week though, didn't he?